People love simple explanations for success. They say billionaires are lucky. They say they had connections. They say they started early. Those explanations feel safe because if success is luck, then failure is not personal. But this story does not support that belief. This story begins with failure. Total failure. At 29 years old, everything he built collapsed. The business he spent years growing stopped generating income. Clients disappeared. Bills arrived faster than payments. At first, he told himself it was temporary, a bad season, a rough year. But seasons passed and nothing improved. Savings vanished quietly. Not all at once, little by little. Rent was paid late, credit cards filled up, phone calls went unanswered. Friends noticed the change. Conversations became shorter. Invitations stopped coming. Not because they hated him, but because failure makes people uncomfortable. The eviction notice arrived without emotion. Just paper, just numbers, just a deadline. He packed what he could, and when the door closed behind him, he realized something frightening. There was nowhere to go. The car was not a plan, it was surrendered to reality. Each night, he searched for places where no one would ask questions, parking lots, side streets, quiet corners of the city. Each morning, he woke up before sunrise, not because he was motivated, because being seen was dangerous. He learned how to look normal, how to dress clean with limited clothes, how to wash up in public restrooms, how to smile while carrying shame, because shame is heavy and it follows you everywhere. Rock bottom is not dramatic, it is repetitive. Days blur together, nights stretch endlessly. There's no applause for survival, only exhaustion. He spent hours thinking, replaying every decision, why he trusted certain people, why he ignored warnings, why he believed confidence was enough. At first, blame felt comforting. The economy, the market, bad timing. Blame gave relief, but relief never changed anything. One night, sitting alone in the driver's seat, something shifted, not emotionally, mentally. He realized a hard truth. If the failure was always external, then improvement was impossible. But if he accepted responsibility, then control returned. Responsibility is painful because it removes excuses, but it also creates power. That night, he stopped asking why life was unfair and started asking what he could fix. He stopped chasing motivation, stopped watching inspirational content, stopped dreaming. Instead, he observed, quietly. He paid attention to how businesses actually worked, not how they advertised, but how they operated. Meetings that went nowhere, processes repeated without purpose, decisions delayed endlessly. People were busy, very busy, but nothing moved. He noticed something important. Money was not the problem. Confusion was. Too many systems, too many approvals, too many unnecessary steps. Efficiency was drowning under complexity. This was not exciting. It would never trend, but it was real. And real problems create real wealth. He made a decision. He would not sell ideas. He would sell clarity. The beginning was brutal. Cold emails ignored. Cold calls rejected. Office visits blocked at reception. He heard no more than yes. Sometimes not even no, just silence. There were moments he considered quitting, not because he doubted the solution, but because survival does not wait for confidence. Hunger is persuasive. Then one company listened, not because they believed in him, because they were desperate. Their costs were rising, their teams were burned out, their systems were failing. There was no salary, no contract, only one expectation. Fix it. He worked obsessively, mapped every process, removed unnecessary steps, asked uncomfortable questions. Why does this exist? Who actually needs this? What happens if it disappears? Results came faster than expected. Tasks moved quicker. Costs dropped. Stress reduced. Within months, productivity doubled. The company did not announce it publicly. They shared it privately. And private praise travels fast.
More companies reached out. More problems, same solution. Simplify, clarify, remove waste. He raised his prices, carefully, not from greed, from understanding. Years passed. He hired a small team, then built repeatable systems, then standardized results. He was no longer selling time, he was selling structure. The company grew quietly. No advertising, no hype. Executives trusted it. Investors respected it. Governments noticed it. By the time journalists discovered his name, the wealth already existed. Billions accumulated silently. And then he stepped away from visibility. No interviews, no social media presence, no public persona. While others chased recognition, he protected control. Today, his systems operate behind industries you use every day: finance, logistics, technology. You interact with his work without knowing it. His story is rarely told because it does not sell fantasy. It demands responsibility. He did not succeed because he was gifted. He succeeded because he stayed when quitting felt reasonable. He chose ownership over excuses. Rock bottom did not destroy him. It stripped away illusion, and what remained was focus. This is the lesson most people avoid. Success does not come from motivation. It comes from responsibility. And sometimes the most powerful billionaires in the world are the ones no one ever talks about.
And that is how his story ends. Not with fame, not with applause, but with control. He did not disappear because he failed. He disappeared because being unseen was the advantage. And sometimes the most powerful success is the one no one ever notices. If stories like this inspire you, take a second to subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more powerful stories like this.